So they went in through a little hole in his back and took the lump out. It's benign, you know, so my brother's fine now, thank God.
That is nothing. My brother got kicked out of the cinema for chewing flavoured condoms.
That is nothing. My brother dreamt of a united Ireland and woke up with 32 shamrocks in his hand.
That is nothing. My brother can bend dogs.
That is nothing. My brother sucked the filling out of Jack Nicholson's head.
That is nothing. My brother opened the manhole using long division.
That is nothing. My brother got a haircut in Portugal so good they elected him mayor.
That is nothing. My brother sold a set of kitchen knives to Sting.
That is nothing. My brother done a line of cement with Dickie Rock.
That is nothing. My brother sent a text message to Bill Clinton.
That is nothing. My brother got kicked out of Jurassic Park for raping a brachiosaurus.
Look, buddy, my brother's just better than your brother, and that's the end of the discussion.
My brother's the best one of the brothers.
My brother is the best. Take off them glasses. Why?
Chitty Dicky Mickey had the run of Dublin City till they took him up to Mayo and they shot him in the back. Hey! Hey!
That was stupid.
Jace, watch them! Look at these boys trying to have a fight outside in the garden. They're fighting, ruining our songs. Fighting like pansies, trying to ruin our sing-song. Clean! Clean! Do you want to do another song? Do another song. Oh, Danny Glover's mother filled a condom full of rubber. I can't concentrate with the boys.
My brother's the best, man.
No, my brother has a golden cardigan. Fighting like a set of Wendy's, Joyce. Fighting like daffodils. Watch your mouth, Rocky Balboa. I know.
Nothing to do with you.
Nothing to do with you.
Shut up, Beckett. Shut up, Joyce.
What are you fighting about?
My brother's better than his brother.
Looking for an objective solution to a subjective problem. We know a thing or two. We'll teach you all about it. Here we go again,
Sick it in.
Fucking mob trying to tell us what to do, man.
Trying to show us the world.
I don't need their help. No.
You don't need their help.
No, we're grown men trying to make us out like we're small boys. We don't need your help.
We're fucking adults.
We can learn about reality by ourselves.
We fuck off, so.
You don't need to get in.
Yeah, fuck them.
Come on.
Come on, we go in. We don't need them anywhere, Becky. Don't mind those boys, Chase. Do you know what this means? What? It means more time for schools.
To find out about the nature of reality, we needed to talk to an expert. So who knows more about reality than a reality TV star? Okay, we are here with the wonderful, marvellous Stevie Johnson, star of Made in Chelsea. How are you, Stevie?
I'm very well.
This is Stevie Johnson. He's an expert on reality because he appears in a reality TV show called Made in Chelsea. Stevie, is reality a construct of our minds, or is reality what actually happens around us?
I think...
List off the forms of reality that you see in the world today.
Can you elaborate more on the question?
Stevie was clearly rattled. Maybe my interviewing was too intense. He was posh, so I calmed him down by asking him about a griffin. Poshest animal in the world. A cross between a lion and an eagle. What is reality to a griffin?
Reality to a griffin. I can't believe I'm answering this question.
It's completely different. It's completely different, mate.
So good.
They live upside down, mate.
We began to realise that Stevie wasn't an expert in reality at all. The interview was a complete waste. Unless, using shock techniques developed by the CIA and KGB, we began to destabilise Stevie's view of reality. We started that by singing him a song. First, we got him comfortable by talking about fizzy wine.
Well, there was a Prosecco shortage in the UK last summer, so...
I think that was a lie to drive up the markets. They wanted to drive the Prosecco market up because they say there's a shortage.
Yeah.
Do I hear walking?
Walking man, listen to me walk as best I can.
He's the walking man.
Walking man.
We're the walking
men. Going
Marching
to
to
war.
our deaths. We're marching to our deaths.
We're going off to Killarney with some tripe in our belts. I'm a walking man. I'm a walking man. Let's go walking to our deaths.
There's a rumble in the hills, there's a rumble in the Somme, as the bombs fly overhead, and a boy went on along. He's a walking man. We're the walking men, marching to our deaths in south of France, in the trenches.
We had begun to destabilize Stevie's reality. We'll get back to him later, but I needed to find out the nature of reality. So I ran to the internet as fast as I could and Googled Yahoo Answers. Reality is mad. I can't define it or even know what it is or if it exists. Is it observable and material, or is it subjective and mental? Humans began to think about reality 300,000 years ago, because this was the first time we started to bury our dead. Our lives, much like today, were meaningless chaos, subject to the random destruction of nature. So we started to create irrational ideas like religion to try and make sense of the nonsensical. Oh boy. We were still angry with each other over whose brother was best, but that didn't stop us playing a fun game of ulcers. Chrome wasn't happy about reality being inherently uncertain.
Poppycock. I know what reality is. See these cards?
Yeah.
They're real. See this stack of shantons?
Yeah?
Real. See this fake money? Man, this is real.
How do you know? How are you sure?
Am I sure?
Yeah.
Because I can touch it with my fingertips and I can smell it with the front of my nose. I can taste it. Real, man.
So you're relying 100% on your senses to tell you that this and everything else around you is real, yeah?
Exactly.
Yeah, and what if your senses are not reliable? How do you know that your senses can be relied upon?
Go on.
Do you remember the party I went to?
Yeah, you went to that party without me.
Yeah, so myself, Pingo, Kieran and Willie went to this party.
Cowabunga! Here we go.
Now, do you remember Plato had that ketamine that he got from Estonia?
The rough stuff.
The Soviet stuff, the really strong stuff.
You know the problem with you swamp donkeys is, like, I'll be riding...
Plato's there and he starts racking out about 3 lines of ketamine. Real lines now, shadow casters.
Whoever does the biggest line gets the fucking 50, right? Trust me, will you? It's good, clean fucking stuff. Fucking...
3 boys just lash into these lines, snort them up. Immediately, they fall into a K-hole. So Plato anyway was a bit of a weird bastard, as you know. We dragged them downstairs to his cellar. We tied them each to a chair so they couldn't move.
What were you doing it for?
I was going to get free weed if I helped them.
Yeah.
They began to wake up. The ketamine had wiped their minds blank. Behind them is a window. People and animals walk past the window. The shadows of these things project on the wall in front of the bays. The lads know no better. They assume these shadows are real. They give the shadows names. This is the only reality they know. But then, Pingu breaks free from the shackles and escapes the cellar. He goes outside. He sees real people and real animals. His brain can't comprehend this new reality, but eventually it adjusts. He runs back to the 2 boys in the cellar and tells them about the world outside. But they can't recognize him because he's not a shadow. They cannot comprehend him.
So what happened?
They crucified him, man. It was a good party, though. I think, therefore I am, the words of 17th century philosopher René Descartes, who posited there are 2 realities, the mental reality and the material reality. This was challenged by George Berkeley, the Bishop of Clyde, who suggested that there is only the mental reality and any external reality is an illusion.
Huh?
None of it's real, man.
What's not real?
The mountains, you, me, everything, it's an illusion. None of it's real.
Are nettles real?
No, none of it, man.
Are you sure nettles
Of
aren't
course.
real?
We can chill out.
No, stinging nettles aren't real, no?
What are you doing?
I got enough of your college
No.
shit. College
No.
gold. Come here to me, you. Sting your mouth off, Desi Cat, is my hole.
Regimes like Vladimir Putin's Russia like to create unnecessary conflict just to destabilize people's reality so nobody knows who's their enemy, who isn't their enemy, or if we're actually fighting or not. This constant uncertainty leaves the population very easy to control. To show how uncertain reality is, we decided to change Stevie's. First up, destabilizing his existing reality by making him question what was reality.
Your watch is the exact same as mine, look.
It is.
Show it up to the camera there. Exact same watch.
Fuck, what are the chances of that, man?
Exact same watch, you and me, man.
Yeah. Come on.
Here's the thing.
Do him with...
It says here on my notes, Stevie, that you're a sauna entrepreneur.
What?
What? Tell us about the saunas, buddy.
Are you joking?
This is a mistake.
You see, Stevie has never been a sauna entrepreneur. It was something we had written on his Wikipedia page. And now, we asked him to pretend to be one on TV. Soon, he wouldn't know what was real.
We really want to hear you talk about saunas, so regardless of whether you are or not, I want to hear your take on the sauna business. Stevie, tell us about the new range of saunas you have going on.
The new range of saunas, it's very much a straight down the line sauna, which is what my new range wants to be. I want to appeal to the mass market.
You want to be just simple. What
Exactly.
do we want out of a sauna? If you went, what do you want out of it?
I want my pores to piss.
I can do that. That's why you should go with me for your saunas.
I want you to say it down the lens. You're going to make Mr. Chrome piss out of his pores.
Mr. Chrome.
Yeah.
or my saunas, will make Mr. Chrome piss out of his pores.
That's that Hollywood stuff, man. We've got a deal here.
The destabilization of Stevie's reality had begun. He was beginning to question what was real.
It looked like Yoko Ono blow the place apart with her mind. Fuck her, man. No, what else? No, who else fuck her? Who? The boys. Fuck them. Fuck them. We can have our own fun. Do you know what I have? What? Have a good. Where'd you get that gun? I found it in a condom full of grease. Fuck, pick off. Buried under some Jesuit silver. Is that a gun from the Civil War? If it is. Oh, here, my love. Why don't we go out and do our William Tell impression? Yeah. I didn't catch that. What did you say there, Beck? I'm gonna shoot an apple off your head. Yeah. Shoot the head off me.
So, man, I still can't tell. Is reality subjective? Is it objective? Or is it so beyond the mechanics of our consciousness that we'll never properly perceive it, like?
And I've been thinking about what Stevie Johnson said. And I think my brother is better than your brother.
We have to set up an offshore company to avoid tax. But join us after the break when we see what happens when you put a hawk, a chinchilla and a lemur in the same room. And I got into a fight. Before the break, Chrome and I got into a fight about whose brother was the best. We tried to find out about reality from a reality TV star, and Beckett and Joyce got pissed. Is perception of reality subjective, depending on your brain? Is how I see colour the same as how you see colour? What about animals? Us humans are arrogant bastards. We define reality based on our perception. A recent study suggested that differences in body mass and metabolic rate in animals can influence how they perceive time. So is time even real? And what about bats? They can't even see. They use echolocation to move around with lightning reactions. What does the world look like inside a bat's brain? Fucked if I know. And birds of prey, they can see UV light. What does their reality look like? I don't know. Why are you asking me?
Now, birds of prey are unique in the animal kingdom in that they can see in ultraviolet, which is one of the reasons you never see a hawk in a hotel room. Why? Because the whole place is a pebble dash of sperm and urine and vomit just all over the gaff, man.
Yeah, man, she's starting to freak out.
Of course she is, man. She can see every bit of it. She's got ultraviolet. She's looking at the sperm of 1,000 businessmen right here.
Yeah, those goblins, drawbridge all over there.
Pigeons, porridge all over the floor.
I can feel the blart.
Look, man, she can see blart on your eyebrows, from what I can tell. Now, what would happen if we introduced an animal to a hotel room who doesn't see an ultraviolet light, such as a chinchilla?
Oh, no, don't, man, chinchilla. Why are you picking... There's a hawk in here, man. No.
Mike, here, look. Oh, Jesus Christ! I think the hawk is gone, man. Please, just keep the hawk away. This is the worst decision I've ever made in my entire life.
What are we gonna do?
Call the guards. Call the animal guards.
No such thing as animal guards.
Bring a lemur the lemur are the guards of the animal world.
The guards are the guards of the animal world.
Find a fucking lemur.
All right, I know a lemur wrangler.
Get one, man. But he did it for science, man. Science, I was only trying to do it for. And he can't see any sperm.
While I bravely defended the chinchilla from the hawk, Chrome called his lemur connection. Soon the shades arrived.
Is the lemur in?
Yeah, the lemur, the guards are here, the guards are here. Come on,
What's
guard.
it doing? Is it sorting out?
It's just sussing out the situation, like all good Gardaí. Excuse me, officer. We have a situation whereby we have a chinchilla and a hawk. And a hawk loose. The guard is going to go sort out the hawk now.
The lemur made absolute shit of that hawk, and we can't show it on television.
Well done, Gardaí, well done, and you ate that hawk very quickly, neutralised the situation. Guard, professional won't shake hands.
Well, wasn't that wonderful what we learned here today? We learned that a hawk can, in fact, see sperm and piss in a hotel room with its UV light, and it got quite anxious. The chinchilla, what?
All we learned is that you were afraid of every animal under the sun. You're the opposite of Noah. And all we learned that the Gardaí are responsible.
Chrome was pretty pissed off at me, so he decided to make friends with Garda Lemur instead. I was angry, but it did look like a lot of fun. Meanwhile, I visited my philosophical advisor, Hen Knight. He lives in a hyper-real house. He's a cold dude.
Can you tell me a bit about how you choose to live your life in the context of reality?
I've decided to live in a full-scale simulacrum myself. So I've got fake trees, I have a fake wife, a fake house, and I've decided to go with it. It's like Aikido. I'm using the energy of reality against it.
Hen Knight's idea wasn't as mental as it sounds. Since the mid-20th century, we stopped living in an objective reality and began to live in a hyper-reality, which is a fabricated copy of reality communicated through advertising, the news and the internet. Our desires are defined not by our objective needs, but rather by the false needs that are imposed on us through branding. Advertising and fear work together symbiotically to drive consumption. Sounds like grey crack until you wonder why you feel empty and unfulfilled all the time. Through the use of CIA and KGB shock tactics and sauna anecdotes, we'd already started making Stevie confused about what was real. It was time to finish the job with a song.
Stevie, Our Friends Electric.
Our Friends Electric.
Dun, 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 dun. Da, da, dun, 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 dun. Da, da, dun, 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 dun. Da, da, dun, Our Friends Electric, a hit by Gary Newman in the late 70s. Woo! What are you doing now, Stevie?
I work actually for a startup company in the tech social media space.
What the fuck?
Oh, you said it, man! You said the magic word! He said the magic word! The magic word! Yes, baby! Oh, you won a box of terrapins, man!
There you go.
Yes,
now, Stevie.
4! Pick up a terrapin. Pick up a terrapin. Pick up a terrapin. Pick up a terrapin.
What started as a fun chat show interview for Stevie ended with him holding terrapins and pretending to be a sauna entrepreneur. He didn't know what was real. In a desperate attempt to find something, anything to believe in, he asked us to explain the history of Northern Ireland, which we did completely impartially. Then, from nowhere, he declared his allegiance to the IRA. We created a monster. He escaped with a gun and was last seen at the Armagh border with a look of freedom in his eyes. Fair play, Stevie, fair play.
Beckett, this is after sobering me up, man. Wow! Let's do this, son! Can you just concentrate on shooting the apple, please? Yeah, Joyce, I'm just listening to the death bombs. You sure about this, Beckett? I'm gonna blow the pips out of that apple, man. Can you just concentrate on... Joyce, man, you all right? Boys, Beckett's done bad boo-boo, and now my gogs are over the goal.
What?
Boo-boo gaga boo.
I called Mr. Crumb. He asked the Garda lemur to cover up for Beckett.
Remember, snitches get stitches, Joyce.
And I got Hen Knight, who's a registered nurse, to phone the lemur and explain how to fix Joyce's head. Hen Knight wouldn't be my friend anymore because I made him talk to the shades. And the lemur wouldn't be Chrome's friend because he made her cover up for Beckett. But we saved the boys once again.
I know a lot of people who says that the Gardaí are rats. But not me, man. I trust the guards. I love them. I think guards are excellent. My cousin's a guard. Do you know him? He's a rat.
Our reality is tailored for us through the media and the internet. The threat of terrorism that originated from completely different countries and the existence of fictitious weapons of mass destruction was used for the justification of invading Iraq for no reason. An invasion that was itself played out on TV in edited form. Our experience of world events is a highly edited reality TV show that our brains experience as real life. We then allow ourselves to be governed based on these spectacular puppet shows. We're here with Cormac, TD for Louth and Public Representative. He's just having after having a load of fizzy pop in his belly. He's got a fizzy belly and it's going to burst. This is Stephanie. Ah, yeah. Where you from, Steph? Where you from?
I'm a Dublin.
Yeah.
I know it, man. I know the scene, man.
Right, Padraig. What's the biggest threat that's facing society today?
Don't lie.
Don't lie.
Don't lie.
Yeah.
Fucking terrorists, man.
You think so, yeah?
Terrorism.
Terrorism.
Terrorism, you think so?
I've just moved home from London and I'm glad I did because I'm just terrified. We don't know enough about terrorism. It's going on all over the world and we only hear what happens in Paris, in Berlin.
Right now, there's less terrorism than there was in the 70s and 80s.
Really?
That's a fact. I've got some statistics here that I just got texted in by Marty Whelan. Which kills more people a year? Terrorism or people falling over their own feet?
Terrorism.
More people die from falling over their own feet than they are killed by terrorism in Western Europe. That's a fact.
Do you know who told us that? Usher.
And how'd you do that?
Falling down.
Falling down. Now, a bigger threat than terrorism, people falling downstairs kills more people than terrorism every year. Why are we running around frantically terrified of terrorism?
The media.
The media, yeah?
The media.
Media. Do you think the media want us scared all the time?
Yes.
Why?
Clickbait.
How would you feel about Fall Out Boy never releasing a tape? I mean, CDs, MP3s, grand, but never a tape.
Wouldn't mind their later.
Trout, don't lie to me.
Are you want a band? Ring it up!
The world is afraid of terrorism.
Talk to me like I'm Enda Kenny.
Enda, it's time to go.
Legalise it! Yeah!
All right, 1, 2, 3. I want you to say fuck terrorism.
1, 2, 3. Fuck terrorism! You any good at wrestling, on?
At wrestling? I
Yeah.
don't know.
You want to wrestle?
I know.
Well, I'm as you stated, a TD for Louth, having never been in Louth, but I would actually say myself that a lot of it actually just does have to do with the fact that a lot of people now are more afraid of people from Dublin than they are people from ISIS, you know what I mean?
But that's it, because the people in Dublin are going to Louth, they're bringing buses full of Alsatians, and they're letting them there on the street to do what they want.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, and fizzy pops as well. Fizzy pops gets people all hyper. And
you gotta have them fizzy pops, man.
Yeah.
They're Help! What do you think about terrorism? Do you think I think it's a state of mind, really. So it all worked out in the end. We realised you can truly never know reality, and what really matters was your friends.
Assholes.
We were just cadding around, couple of cans and one small pistol, wasn't it?
Only cadding, we were just cadding.
And boys, thank you so much for not letting him die and for not grassing me up to the fuzz.
We're brothers, you and me. We're brothers. You don't have to ever say anything like that to me again. Off your mouth or your heart. It's all the one, man. Peace and love, Beckett. Let me just tickle your chin there.
This experience has changed our perspective. We thought that ye needed us, but it turns out that we needed ye.
And you know what?
What?
We're going to have chips for supper every day.
Chips for supper,
chips, chips for supper.
Jimmy Jives. So how are you anyway?
Humans will never really understand reality.
The only thing that matters is not to let anybody else define your reality.
Exactly.
And you know what else?
What?
I realised that your brother is better than my brother.
No, man, your brother's way better than my brother.
Your brother is better than my brother.
Your brother is better than my brother! Hey,
Dos gilipollas se están pegando ahí fuera.
Take off your glasses. Why?
Grand old Stevie Johnson fought the Brits with stones and sticks till they shot him down in Derry and they called him an old Mick. He left them in the trenches and he smashed them up to bits with a pistol on his hips and the 6 counties on his lips. They talk of Stevie Johnson and how he fought the Brits with a pistol in his breeches and the freedom on his lips. They speak of Stevie Johnson, oh, they speak of him so well. But where were you in '92 when he rang on Parnell's bell? He rang along for freedom, he rang along